Well, good morning. Today's Olympic ceremony. Keep an eye out for former Portland Winterhawk Nino Niederreiter. He will be the flag bearer for Team Switzerland. Niederreiter played 2 seasons in Portland and was drafted 5th overall by the New York Islanders in 2010. He's gone on to play more than 1,000 games in all in the NHL.
The local connections just keep coming. And
yeah,
cool.
It's exciting.
Very cool.
All right, we have a big day today.
We do.
We do. Lot going on.
Lot to get to go. What?
I said a lot going on.
Yes, that. We're gonna start with you.
No, do it real quick. Come on. It's 5:30.
Oh, good morning. That's why I felt so off.
We can't say it without it.
Oh, boys.
We need it. Yes. All right. These 2 cameras with the temperatures show you the range that we're starting our day with. It's mainly clear. Everybody's dry because of that, of course. Here's Salem. On the colder end, 34 degrees. Now, here's the Providence Park camera. On the warmer end, 45. Now, the temperatures are generally in the 40s out on the east side. You get out into Washington County, you pop up to parts of Clark County, and then down into Yamhill County, you find temperatures in the 30s and some freezing spots. So pretty similar to yesterday. So we'll go 36 on average, but it really depends on where you are at and whether you have some east breezes or calm winds. 51 degrees at noon, another sunny day for the most part, and we'll get up to about 57 when the kids get out of school. Here's Chris.
I've spent my morning looking for trouble.
All right.
Haven't found any yet. That's good news probably for me and you. Let's get you out the door right now. A quick check of the drive down in Tualatin. This is I-5 at the 205 interchange. Headlights here heading northbound from Wilsonville up through Tualatin and continuing. You can see lots of elbow room there. We'll switch gears. We'll take you up to the Sunset, Highway 26 near the zoo. There's the zoo exit ramp, or I should say entrance ramp to westbound there. You can see westbound traffic getting around just fine. And last but not least, up to Vancouver, zipping right along over the interstate bridge, guys. No crashes, no unexpected freeway delays. We're off to a good start.
Chris, thank you. In an update, Tillamook schools will reopen today after social media threats forced the schools to close down yesterday. We've learned it was all a hoax and no one was in danger.
Investigators say that the threat was made by a pair of elementary students who made phone calls from blocked numbers. The kids told people don't go to school because something bad is going to happen. Again, that was a hoax, and the school is back open today.
Meanwhile, an independent Lake Oswego theater says Amazon canceled its Melania screenings over a sarcastic marquee sign. Theater representatives say higher-ups at Amazon objected to how its marquee marketed the documentary and ended the film's run early. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson joins us in the newsroom with the details on what happened here. Corey.
Yeah, good morning, Matthew. China, the theater posted on social media Monday that it received a call saying higher-ups at Amazon were pulling its rights to show the film. And some members of the community say the marquee at Lake Theater and Cafe often includes quips. The theater was told Sunday it would be the last day for that movie showing. Now, in a statement, the theater's owner said he does not view the theater's film programming as political and tries to choose films the community wants to see. Now, he said Lake Oswego is diverse and serving the collective best serves the business. KGW spoke with those who live in the area, and there were mixed reactions to the news.
They said something about like know your enemy, come see the movie or something like that.
What he wrote was completely inappropriate.
There's a lot of controversy around the subject matter.
Now, the 104-minute documentary was co-produced by Amazon MGM Studios and gives a behind-the-scenes look at the 20 days of Melania Trump's life leading up to President Donald Trump's second inauguration on January 20th, 2025. China?
Our Corey Johnson reporting for us in the studio. Thank you, Corey. We are learning more about the timeline of what investigators are calling the abduction of the mother of Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie. Authorities say 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie was last seen Saturday night at her home in Tucson, Arizona. Authorities revealed that her doorbell camera disconnected at 1:47 Sunday morning. Then software detected someone on another camera at 2:12 a.m., though there's no video evidence of it. And at 2:28 a.m., Nancy's pacemaker app disconnected from her phone. When she didn't show up to church Sunday, a church member alerted the family, who went to her home and discovered that she was missing.
We operate from a position that until we know she's out there, she's alive, and we're going to continue thinking that way until we find her.
The FBI says it's arrested someone for making a fake ransom demand, but it is taking a separate ransom note seriously. It's now offering a $50,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest. A new Oregon Supreme Court ruling could have sweeping impacts on court cases across the state.
The ruling means any case without a defense attorney could be dismissed within just a few months. The Oregon Supreme Court says trial courts must dismiss cases where there's no defense attorney available after 2 to 3 months of waiting. The ruling lists 60 days as the limit for misdemeanor cases and 90 days for felony cases. Judges ruled that waiting any longer for legal representation is a constitutional violation, undermining the fairness of the legal system. Prosecutors would still be allowed to refile the case at a later time. Attorney General Dan Rayfield shared a statement saying, in part, quote, "The legislature stepped up with historic investments and Oregonians deserve solutions. Instead, too many are being left without legal representation, some sitting in jail, others stuck in limbo outside of custody, unable to move their cases forward. That is not acceptable for public safety."
Beginning tonight, downtown Portland will start to shine as the Winter Lights Festival kicks off.
Artists will showcase their free exhibits at places like Pioneer Courthouse Square, Directors Park, and the World Trade Center. That's where we find Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz. All right, Thomas, what's going on down there right now?
Yeah, well, guys, it is quiet right now, but in 12 hours, 13 hours, when this thing really gets up and going here at the Winter Lights Festival at the World Trade Center, it's going to be a madhouse here, as it is every year down here in downtown Portland for that festival. I'm joined now by Molly and Chris, two of our local artists. They're from Tigard, and they've got a heck of an exhibit. Molly, I know, first of all, just walk us through what your exhibit is and some of the details in it.
Well, this is kind of a representation of a futuristic neon mecca. We call it Electric Avenue to just kind of get the sense of walking through a futuristic space. And it's kind of cats and ramen and the things that are going to reign supreme in the future that bring us joy. So
I love that. Cats and ramen. You can't go wrong if you got those two things. And you guys were telling us a little bit earlier, look, this is not something you can just build in a week or anything like that. Chris, could you walk us through a little bit of just the sheer process and time, and how long does it take to build something like this?
Yeah, we had to lay out the designs here for quite a bit. And then there's a whole lot of like soldering and like just basic electronics to get it to build something there. And now we've got to like program it up and make it where it like does all the animations and stuff. And you know, it's been really a long, it just takes a lot of time and a lot of like hurt fingers and everything like that.
A lot of time, a lot of precision that is. And look, of course, there's Winter Lights happening all across downtown. It's going to be on the waterfront. It's going to be at Pioneer Courthouse Square, Directors Park. They've got a whole list on their website of places you can go. Yeah, that video right now we're kicking up. Some beautiful light shows and exhibits all across downtown Portland, and some incredible places to see those lights. All right, one final question for you guys here. What are you looking forward to? I know you guys have done this before. This is not your first rodeo. What this year are you hoping to see or looking forward to most in the Winter Lights Festival?
This year is pretty unprecedented, and just the amount of people showing up for joy and sharing an experience and bringing the light together is what I'm most excited about.
Yeah, a lot to look forward to here in downtown Portland, guys. And China, Matthew, look, you're new to the area. You got to come down here for the Winter Lights Festival. It's one of the biggest things all year long down here in downtown Portland, guys.
Yeah, get to know
Looks
Portland.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm excited. I have to get down there. Thank you very much, Thomas. Get me ready for it. Let's head over to Rod for a look at the weather. It doesn't feel a whole lot like winter, Rod.
No, you know, the City Light Festival, because we're used to just, oh my gosh, like 20 cloudy days in a row, which of course this time around, it's been closer actually to 20 sunny days in a row. Not that we've had that, but you get my point. Here's a Futurecast showing first thing tomorrow morning now, rain could be moving in to start off what will be a rainy weekend. In fact, weather models are still biting heavily on rain totals Saturday, Sunday, being at least around an inch, if not more, up and down I-5, and of course, plenty more than an inch along the coast. So plan accordingly. Both days we'll see rain at times, steady periods of rain. All right, outside right now, the finale of our current dry run that we've been on. And like yesterday, we have frosty spots. Scappoose, Hillsboro, Battleground down to 31. Currently, Salem holding at 34, but you might dip it to 32. It is 32 up in McMinnville. You saw the 40s primarily out from downtown Portland to the east side, where there's still a bit of east wind blowing. Calvin has the bow tie on. I love it. All right, pet of the day at kgw.com is the email address. Send us your pet's photos and we will feature them on the show. So enjoy the dry weather because the weekend will be wet. Take care of things you want to get done in dry time. The coast could cloud over by later this afternoon, but it will be a sunny morning. Your temperatures today generally in the 50s up to about 60. And then we've got a few spots that could make it to 60 again in the valley, but a lot of us will be mid to upper 50s. Another sunny, warm day in Bend, 57 and 55 out in John Day. So with the rain coming in, 40 to 53 tomorrow. And then we've got Sunday, pretty steady temperature-wise, 46 to 50. And then by Monday, it's scattered showers, a shower threat on Tuesday. And while the air will be cooler next week, a lot of the moisture all of a sudden is not looking promising, which we could use some snow in the mountains. Back to you.
Rod, thank you.